Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, total world victory of Hare Krishna. Welcome back to another Bhagavad-gita class with me, your host, Prahlad. Today we are doing Bhagavad-gita 5.4. Get into it. There we go. I'll make sure it's the right side. Yep. Yo ntaḥ-sukho ntar-ārāmas. Yo ntaḥ-sukho nath. That's a nitha. Yo ntaḥ-sukho ntar-ārāmas. tathāntar-jyotir evaya. Sa yogī brahma-nirvāṇaṁ. brahma-bhūto dhigacchati. 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 I'm having a little bit of trouble pronouncing the double C. Anyway, Ya, one who, antaḥ-sukhaḥ, happy from within, antaḥ-ārāmah, active within, tathā, as well as, antaḥ-jyotir, aiming within, eva, certainly, Ya, anyone, sa, he, yogī, mystic, brahma-nirvāṇaṁ, liberated in the supreme, brahma-bhūta, self-realized, adhigacchati, attains. Translation. Seems like it's pretty short. One whose happiness is within, who is active within, who rejoices within, and is illuminated within, is actually the perfect mystic. He is liberated in the supreme, and ultimately he obtains the supreme. Purport by His Divine Grace through the Prabhupada. Unless one is able to relish happiness from within, how can one retire from the external engagements meant for deriving superficial happiness? A liberated person enjoys happiness by factual experience. He can therefore sit silently at any place and enjoy the activities of life from within. Such a liberated person no longer desires external material happiness. This state is called brahma-bhūta, attaining which one is assured of going back to Godhead, back to home. Okay. Let's see if there's any. There's a few changes. So, the original Macmillan edition, one whose happiness is within, who is active within. There we go. Is within and is illuminated within has been changed to one whose happiness is within, who is active and rejoices within, and whose aim is inward, is actually the perfect mystic. To me, that changes the meaning quite a bit. Who's active within, who is active and rejoices within, and whose aim is inward. Not that it changes the meaning, it just, it's not written as clearly. There's some reasoning behind the change? Nope. Negative. What does the original edition say? One who is engaged in happiness from within, active within, and who is direct and who is inward. He is actually the perfect mystic and is inward. One who happiness is within. It's a bit hard to read. But yeah. I'm definitely preferring the original edition. It's got the alliteration. Yeah, the alliteration. Active within, who rejoices within, and illuminated within. Well, the other one does not. It's just a boring, normal sentence. Who is active and rejoices within, and whose aim is inward. Not sure why they would change that. I guess, when it says is illuminated within, at least to me, it's not as clear as whose aim is inward. When it says whose aim is inward, I sort of know that, it's talking about not in the external material world, but inward. Yeah. Talk about the actual purpose. Yeah, from a material standpoint, it's sort of selfish. His happiness is within. It's only thinking about yourself. Active within. Rejoices within, illuminated within himself. That's sort of a selfish viewpoint and way to go about life. But as the previous previous verse was saying, I think it was last week. I was talking about how each person has the individual soul, and then you have the super soul. So in everyone there is a part. Krishna and the Supreme. It's within everyone. That's a part of you. So when you see that there's the happiness, when you have all of that inside yourself, and when you awaken to it, when you focus on that, you're the perfect mystic. You'll be liberated in the Supreme, because part of you is the Supreme, and so you can attain the Supreme. Yeah, someone who's like that, be able to just meditate wherever. They'll be able to do anything wherever. Srila Prabhupada traveled over the world to a foreign country and just pulled up to some random park and started doing kirtan. He was liberated in the Supreme. He was able to just, it says sit silently at any place and enjoy the activities from life within. He was able to, sit any place and do that, but also have the same effect. Will have an effect on the external material world. So he was a real transcendental person. Also, it says such a liberated person no longer desires external material happiness. Yeah, so, it's basically renunciation. You don't have to renunciate everything, but there's no longer that desire for external material happiness. It's sort of a bonus on top. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I was thinking of, there are a whole large group of people in India, the Brahmana class, that they'll just be like, okay, I'm gonna be a Brahmana for life, and so they'll travel to wherever they're from, villages. They'll travel to these holy sites and cities, and they'll just be sitting on the side of the street, meditating and being brahmanas. And people will give them food, whatever they need. And yeah, that's just how they'll be. They don't have a, to they don't have, the want for money, whatever the material world throws at you. Yeah, I remember seeing that because they were saying that real brahmanas in India will not ask you for they won't be following you, or they won't beg you for money or food and that sort of stuff, because they will be given it. The scammers, the people who have that material wants, they're like, yeah, I can make a quick buck doing this, or yeah, there's an easy way. Yeah, they'll hunt you down like, oh, I'm a religious person, you gotta feed me, and oh, brahmana, you gotta feed me, you gotta donate money so I can be brahmana, do brahmana things while you're in the material world, doing whatever farming business or working labor jobs, whatever you're doing. I'm sacrificing by not doing that, so you gotta give me money. So yeah, I find that fascinating that when one person, when reading the Bhagavad-gita, it has a conceptuality sort of to it, but it's very easy to find like examples. Yeah, it's very easy to find the Bhagavad-gita like in life, because life is basically the Bhagavad-gita. Yeah, and you know what? That is the contemporary application. You're able to, see the people who are liberated. The perfect mystics, people who have the happiness within, active within, rejoice within, and illuminated within. You're able to see that they're liberated, and they don't have any material really wants, and they're always provided for by Krishna. Yeah. Yes, all I got to say. It's a pretty short one. Nice and sweet. To finish us off, going back to the purport. Yo ntaḥ-sukho ntar-ārāmas tathāntar-jyotir evaya sa yogī brahma-nirvāṇaṁ brahma-bhūto dhigacchati dhigacchati. There we go. One whose happiness is within, who is active within, who rejoices within, and is illuminated within, is actually the perfect mystic. He is liberated in the Supreme, and ultimately he attains the Supreme. There we go. I like that. I enjoy reading the Bhagavad-gita. Always got some new wisdom to gain, new wisdom to unlock. Yeah, if you enjoy any of the content that we do here, give it a like, give it a share, tag your friends. Yeah, thank you for the people. If anyone watched live, if you're watching afterwards, thank you. And what's up? Yeah, usually I say the first part of what I said now, so I feel a little bit awkward, but yeah, good morning, good evening, or good night is a good night for me. I'll be back tomorrow with Bhagavad-gita 5:25. I'll do it earlier. See if we get some live viewers, get some interaction. But yeah, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, total world victory of Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.